Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to go over 3 thoughts. Just 3 thoughts for Thursday. It's Thursday. Let's talk about 3 ideas. Let's first talk about success. What is success? Success is being rich, having all your dreams come true. Success is having mansions and Maseratis and model wife, model girlfriend. What is success? I think a lot of people just look at success as being rich. He's a very successful man. You instantly think of somebody with wealth, some CEO or something. Success is the realization of a worthy ideal. So you have a worthy ideal, a goal that is worthwhile following, a goal that is going to bring you from point A to point B in your life. It's going to help you level up. When I get to that goal, I will be a different person. That's a worthy goal. You may say success is the actualization of a worthy goal. It's the accomplishing of a worthy goal, of a worthy ideal. When you get there is when you get successful. I didn't get there, so I'm not successful. I tried, I must be a loser. No, it's just the realization. When you have realized that there is a worthy goal, a worthy ideal, something greater than yourself that's worthwhile going after, you enter a path. You go off of an old path onto a new path. A path towards your own greatness. And as we've talked about before, a little biker philosophy. It's actually from Taoism, but bikers like it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about the process, this daily grind of working towards a worthy ideal. If you're on that path, you are successful. You won't be successful in the future. Success isn't waiting for you like a brass ring. You are successful right now if you're on a path of righteousness, if you have realized that there is a worthy ideal worth following. So let's go to the next one. Pay attention to persistent dreams. And that includes daydreams. These persistent fantasies, I don't know what else to call them. Pay attention to that shit. Your brain might be trying to tell you something. You have a lot of answers already. You have all the answers that you need. All the wisdom of the universe is genetically encoded into your cellular structure. It's part of who you are. That's why people talk about life as not a school where you're learning, but a process of remembering, of trying to remember who you really are. You're drawing information out of yourself, like water from a well. If you're having persistent dreams, say you have a reoccurring dream that happens every night, analyze it, think about it, don't try to ignore it. There may be a tidbit of information in there that you're supposed to bring into your waking world. Your subconscious may be trying to tell you something. God may be trying to tell you something. You may not be listening. You may be getting a repeated message everywhere you go and you're not paying attention. You feel lost. You feel like that you have no connection to a higher power. Motherfucker, he's been trying to contact you. That motherfucker's been leaving you messages and you're not checking them. I was having dreams about Florida when I was living in South Central Los Angeles. Reoccurring dreams all the time. I'd wake up and I would have had another dream about living in Florida, and I don't know why. I'm a California motherfucker. I got West Coast tattooed on my hand. I rep that shit like there's no fucking tomorrow. But for some reason, my brain is focused on Florida. 2004, I impulsively bought a plane ticket and flew to Florida for the weekend. It's a long ways to go from LA to Florida for a weekend. By the time you get there, you pretty much got to turn around and go back. It was bike week. I had a good time. And it felt right, and I realized the reason why I've been having these dreams for the last couple years was because I had to move to fucking Florida, and that's what I did. And I came back to LA and I told my brother. He was like, well, how was your trip? And I was like, well, see, here's the deal. I just put money down on a house in Florida. He was like, what? So pay attention to those persistent dreams. If I had never moved here, I couldn't even imagine who I would be or what I would be. This is my destiny. Sometimes our own plans. I was focused on the West Coast. West Side, ride or die, right? I had it all wrong. You got to pay attention to those dreams. Let's just hit this last one real quick. The last thought for Thursday. These are thoughts for Thursday. Thursday thoughts. 95% of people blame others for their problems in the world. 5% of people, only 5%, that's not much, 5% of the people on earth take responsibility. This is the real battle between the haves and the have-nots. You've heard that before, the haves versus the have-nots. You think of wealth versus poverty. In a way, you are talking about that. You're talking about the wealth of peace, the wealth of calmness, the wealth of moving beyond the past, the wealth of living in love instead of living in anger and misery. Only 5% of the people can get there, and the way you get there is through taking personal responsibility for your life and for every single thing that has ever happened to you, every single thing that you have ever done. Take full responsibility. I am who I am because of my own doing. Get rid of this victimhood mentality. Only 5% of the people out there can do that shit. Are you a 5%er? You might be. You might be a 95%er. I lost a friend recently, a friend of mine from Boston. We were chatting online, and I told her, because she's whining about the same bullshit she's been whining about for the last 20 years. I've known her for a long time, and I told her it's finally time for you to take responsibility. You need to take responsibility for your life, and she got so deeply offended. I couldn't laugh, but she's told me that's the most offensive thing anyone's ever said. Take responsibility, you dumb motherfucker. The reason why you are who you are is because of your own fucking decisions. And until you understand that, you will never go anywhere. It's all food for thought.